For this morning, and well, what can I say? I think we all pretty much know what I could say, but anyway, Louis is a certified medium, healer, and teacher here in the camp, and one of our greatest assets. Please help me in welcoming to the platform Reverend Louis Gates.
Morning, everyone. I see you got out. You weren't froze, so it's a good thing. Living in the houses here in Cassadaga, we get a little cold. That's a tad. Historically, today, what I'm going to talk about today is the history of the Jack in the Box, containing to spiritualism. So, I know probably when you guys were kids, you had a Jack in the Box. Probably had one. Wound it. Marie made me get one, but she made sure I got one that had a rabbit in it. She didn't want one that didn't have a rabbit in it. So she didn't want a scary one. She wanted one with a rabbit. And we used to wind these things and wait till the rabbit popped out or whatever was inside of it popped out at us. That's what we did. We wound it slow or fast or easy. And it used to play, it plays Pop Goes the Weasel. Marie's little rabbit. But some people don't really know the whole story of the Jack in the Box. Back in the day, back in the 14th century, there was a saint named John Skyhorn. And he performed rather remarkable exorcisms of situations. But the devil wanted his soul. So the devil went, said he would make him the best person in the world, give him all the stuff he could have, but he'd only want his soul. So he thought for a while, and he had a boot. And he said, the soul of the boot sounds like a soul, so I tell him I'll give him his soul. So when he gave him all these stuff that he gave him, and the devil said, well, I want your soul now. He said, well, and he took off his boot, and he gave it to him. He said, you want my soul? You got the soul of my boot. So the devil jumped into the boot, and he sealed the boot with a crucifix, and the hole in the front of the boot with some candle wax. So the devil couldn't escape. And that was pretty much the start of the Jack in the Box, the devil in the box, devil in the boot, which back in the day that was called Jack in the Box. We individuals in our lives have different things that we do in our lives. Historically, we want to, the symbology of the Jack in the Box is unexpected situations happening in our lives. We have situations that appear in our lives, so we kind of cram them down inside of us. We propel them within our being. We allow it to just store itself here within our being. Then probably eventually it'll just pop out, like the box. And literature is used to symbolize the need to break free from artificial limitations or prisons that we put upon ourselves. We are, as individuals in our lives, are our worst enemies. We treat ourselves worse than anybody else can treat us. We blame ourselves for stuff in our lives. We do all kinds of stuff. We do all this vibration we limit our vibration within our lives. We tell ourselves we don't deserve this, or we don't do that, or we don't do this, or we don't do that. And we talk ourselves out of stuff. We talk ourselves out of it. When I teach mediumship classes, I have individuals say, I probably can't do mediumship. Probably not going to be able to do that. Oh, you want me to get names? Oh my God, I can't do that. Oh, I can't see spirit. You want me to see spirit? I don't want to see spirit. It just goes on and on and on. But eventually, once they start really connecting to the world of spirit, then they start opening up. But when I first get them back there, it's a little scary for them. A little scary for them to actually do readings or talk. Oh, you want me to come up here? Oh, no, I can't do that. So when we tell ourselves we can't do it, or we can't manifest that vibration within our lives, it becomes a habit. It becomes a vibration within us that we can't do it. No matter if it appeared tomorrow, we would not be able to do it because we've already told ourselves we can't. We've continually told ourselves that we cannot do it. Sudden manifestation of things in our lives. The jack-in-the-box, turn a little thing, and all of a sudden it pops out suddenly in our vibration. So when it pops out suddenly, things move in our lives very suddenly. We get disturbed. We throw things off. Usually when spirit is moving within our being, spirit moves through this church, moves around, we see a shadow. All of a sudden we want to turn really quick and take a look at it. But if you really just turn slowly and looked at it, the spirit of the vibration within your view will manifest. It's that quick movement that throws it off balance. Slowly look at it. Slowly turn your head. Slowly see spirit. Unless you're alone and the glass is broke and someone's in the house, then turn quickly. But other than that, if it's spirit in the house, turn slowly, and usually the spirit will still be there. You haven't disrupted the energy, haven't disrupted it. So you should take your time with spirit. It tells us to take our time with spirit. Don't rush the vibration. When I was a student out here, I would have the mediums back in the day say, well, what's your rush, Lou? What's your rush? Why do you want to be certified so quickly? What's your rush? Well, I'm ready. Well, no. What's your rush? So it was trying to move it quicker than I thought that I should. So I had to hold on. So the question here is, suddenly we try to do things too quickly. Mediumship takes time. That's not something you do overnight. It's not something you manifest within your vibration. Whether you're doing meditation, whether you're taking classes, whether you're doing all these situations in your life, it takes time. You're not going to meditate today and, oh my God, you're going to hang your shingle out tomorrow morning. It's not going to happen. It takes time to do this work. It takes time to do it. So the question is, first you start the work. Start the work towards what you feel like, where you want to be in your mediumship. You want to be at a certain level? Then that's where you will be. Want to move to a different level? You'll be there. It's where you put your intention with your spiritual work. You can only get as high as you believe that you can get. You have to be able to accept it. So that sudden manifestation in our lives really doesn't really happen in spiritualism. It's a growth. We get here, I think some of us, they locked the streets and wouldn't let us out. But we got here, we felt like we came home, we belonged here, and we end up living here. But everybody comes out here and they feel the energy of the space. They feel the energy of Cassadaga. Not because the energy was here today. The energy was manifested in Cassadaga over years and years and years of doing the work here. Every church in the United States, every spiritualist church, every camp, every church, every space didn't have the energy until the individuals entered the space and brought the energy. You brought the energy today. You brought it into this church. When you leave here today, you'll leave some of your energy in this church as you leave. Then next week or the week after that, more people will come and place more energy in the space, and this place will hold on to that energy. So it's all psychometry. The house, the vibration, your vibration, everything around you signifies what kind of energy you propel into it. by limiting God or limiting ourselves of what we can do. Limiting the situations within our lives. Have you limited your vibration? Oh, I don't want to see that. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to accomplish this. I always tell people in my class, always remember you are giving a gift from Spirit. Whether it's mediumship, whether it's healing, whatever gift that is that you feel, I'm really good at that, then you should work at that gift. Because that's where your most power is, at the beginning. The other gifts within your being will appear. They'll appear once you give it enough energy to the gift that you were given. You're an extremely powerful healer, be a powerful healer. If you're extremely powerful at something else, then do that. But do what you feel really benefits you, that you're comfortable with. Don't be forced into something and say, well, I don't really like it because I've been in this work a long time, and some people just kind of vacate the work. They don't work at it anymore. They get tired, they're exhausted. It wasn't exactly what they thought it was supposed to be. Then they leave it. They don't work on it anymore. And really the work is mostly for you. It's not for us to give you readings. It's not for us to entertain you. It's for you to empower your being. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to do that. Empower you. Whether you never read in your life, never connect or do anything in that vibration, just you. I used to have a teacher many years ago and say, just do you. Just do you. Don't do anybody else. Years ago we had the whole thing with John Edwards, and we had James Van Brogg, had all these mediums, they were bringing through spirit, and everybody wanted like, ooh, we gotta get spirit now. They wanted that. They wanted to read like John Edwards. Oh, gotta read like them. But I always told people, I said, you're only gonna read like you, not like somebody else, because you won't be happy with it. You might be able to fake it for a while and say, oh, I'll do that for a while, but then you'll get thrown off base with it. You have to read like you. That's why most of the mediums here, we do not read like each other. We don't. But you come to a reading from mediums that are associated. The mediums will give you the same reading, bring it through the people, might best bring it through a different way, a different vibration, a different way. So trust yourself when you're getting messages from Spirit, especially if it's repetitious, especially if it keeps showing itself to you. That sudden manifestation of things in your life, that things that just keep appearing. That's angelic presence or guides or your higher self trying to get your attention. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to what's happening in your life. Because you're going to go home today, you're going to travel a road back to your house. Things will appear in front of you that will get your attention because you live where you live, you go where you go, you did all this stuff. It's for you. Spirit will manifest things in your life to get your attention for you to look at. Be watchful of that. Be watchful of that connection to your higher self. The inward goodness. What you have to do in your life is always kind of figure out, what are you putting into your being? What did we stuff into the box? What did we put into our vibration? Do you read good literature? Do you teach yourself good stuff? Do you fill the vessel with good vibration? Good vibration. If you continually fill yourself with good vibration, then you in turn will attract good vibration to you. The more negative vibration that appears in your life, the more negative people that will come out of the woodwork. The little jack in the box will pop up and surprise you. You want to know why people attract themselves to you. You have to realize that it's the energy, the vibration that you place out into the world. So try to fill yourself with blessings, with encouragement, with upliftment. Some of the food that you eat, some of the nourishment you get either from literature, from what you watch, what you do, what you propel in your life should be positive. Sure, we still have to deal with people. We still have to have that connection to them. But doesn't mean we have to break bread with them. Doesn't mean we have to hang with them. We can wish them well. I have a little thing that I do when I do readings once in a while. You have drive-by relatives. Keep the windows up, keep the doors locked, and drive by and wave. Don't stop. You get in trouble when you stop. You get in trouble when you entertain. Crazy. So don't do that. Don't propel that in your vibration. We all have that blessing in our lives when we got here. We got here. We just happened to, the Post-it note that they stuck on us, that they pushed us down here the earth plane, we lost it somewhere as we got here. We lost that note. And through our whole life on this earth plane, we try to find that note. Try to find why we're here. What's my life purpose? Why did I end up here? What do I have to do? And that's where guides, individuals, and people in your life help you. They try to direct you. Sometimes we fight them. We kind of argue. We have little arguments with our guides. We don't want to do that. But guides will have a way of getting us there, you know? They kind of move things or rearrange things in the vibration. When we were in Fort Lauderdale many years ago, my guide kept walking into the house. He kept walking around the house going, well, this house is going to be sold. You're going to move. You're going to get out of here. I said, no, I like my house. I like it. Leave it alone. Don't mess with it. So that went on for about a year. Yeah, you're going to move. So me and Marie go out. We go out to the movies, get home. The house is on fire, burnt to the ground. I could hear my guide out in the street going, going to move now, aren't you? Well, that's not good. Why'd you burn it? So then I started listening to my guides. You know, everything in the house burnt except for one hope chest that we had all our pictures in. That was the only thing in the house that did not burn to the ground, was that hope chest. And it was made out of wood. He said, I saved the pictures. What else do you want? So the question is I learned to listen. Instead of fighting with them, I just listen to what they have to say. I watch for the sudden things appearing in my life, sudden vibrations going in my life. I watch for those, especially if they're trying to tell me something. I watch to see what I'm pushing down in myself that I want to say, but I don't want to say. I just want to just let it be. I always tell people when you give readings or you're talking to someone, if that reading was being given to you, would you like it? Would you be happy with that? Would you be content if you got that same reading? There's all kinds of different ways on how to speak to people as Spirit is speaking to you. You can take them on a journey. It's when you teach mediumship, it's always CERT, C-E-R-T, communication with Spirit, bringing through the evidence that Spirit is there, reason why they are there. Your mama does not fly in here from the world of Spirit and go, I love you, and they're gone. They came here for a reason. And then to tie up loose ends or tell a story. To be a good medium, you have to be some kind of storyteller. You've got to be able to tell a story. Take them on a journey. Bring them back safely. Don't disrupt their vibration. Don't lose their luggage. Don't wreck the car. Tell a story. Take them on a journey. Bring them back safely. I was taught that by my grandmother many, many years ago. You're going to speak to people, Lou? Take them on a journey, but bring them home safely. Don't lose them along the path. Don't lose them. And that's where you are in your own self. your own being, is to find your connection to Spirit. Ask your guides for information for you. What are they trying to tell you? They want to work on your health? They want to work on your well-being? They want to work on the people that you have in your life? What are they working on? What do they want to tell you? Keep some kind of journal when you start this kind of work so you can see your progression of how you're moving higher and higher in your education in the work. What's being offered to you? What's being placed in your being? That's what you're asking. We as mediums can bring through loved ones, guides from the spirit world. We can do all kinds of stuff. But we want you to do that. We want you to be able to communicate. I'm not going to be there in certain times in your life when you go, I really need help. You should ask. Oh, I get to talk to my guides? Yes. I had a student the other day says, I get to send my guides to help other people? I said, yes, you do. You handpicked them. They're your guides. You're the people that you want to help you. You've attracted them from the world of spirit. You don't need all of them all the time. So you can send them. Send them to go help somebody. Send them. Talk to them. Have communication with yourself. Talk to your higher self. Talk. Don't be afraid to talk to yourself. You can still get away with that now. They're not going to lock you up. We're in the future now. Back in the 60s, might have a little journey there. But now, you can talk to yourself. You can talk. I should explain, my grandfather used to tell me, in the beginning there was a sound. In the beginning there was a sound. Sound is the sound of your voice. Sound of your connection to the world. By voicing it out loud. In the beginning there was a sound. Ask all you want in your head. But remember, once it gets through all your filters, Spirit has no idea what you asked for. So say it out loud. Where two or more are gathered, there I am. Higher self, physical self, two or more are gathered, there I am. You are already complete. Two or more and gathered are already there. You don't need somebody else to entertain. All you need is you to communicate with Spirit. But you have to believe you can. That belief system within your being. You have to believe that you want to be healthy. You have to be able to accept it. You have to place it in the vibration. You have to accept the Spirit is with you. You have to be able to do that. So a lot of this is more through accepting the energy that you have in your life now and looking at where you are in your life. Where are you in your life? Do you want to be higher? Where do you want to be? Take kind of stock in where you are and see where you'd like to be and ask them, how can I get there? And watch who and what appears in your life. Teachers will arrive when the student is ready. They will. I've had plenty of teachers here in Cassadaga, plenty of teachers that have taught me here. Plenty. And I've learned from a lot of the original mediums that were in this organization. But the question here is always, it's where your journey takes you. Your journey, you might be here today for the first time. It might be your first time here, and I've already scared you half to death. But it might be your first time into this kind of religion, into this. But spiritualism is a religion of one, of you. That's what it is. If it isn't for you, there's no religion. If you don't excel in the religion, we have no congregation. We have no congregation, we have no faith. So it's you, every one of you, to encourage the energy within the space. It only takes one to change it, to fix it, to do whatever you need to do with the energy that you feel. Because whether it's here, up north, out west, out of the country, it doesn't matter. You get to send the energy. You have relatives, keep your windows up, keep your doors locked. Drive by, wave. Wish them well. Bless their little hearts. Remember, you have that talent of propelling yourself in a higher vibration. Just like the jack in the box. You are the one that's either going to push it down, have it jump out, play the music real slow and hope to God it doesn't jump out at you, or play it real fast and get it over with. It's always up to you. When you close your eyes in your vibration and you see lights, you might see glimmers of lights in your meditative state. It's that glimmer of light that you see, that glimpse of light you see, is that the place in the spirit world you've come for, and they've given you a view or a light from that area? Or maybe it's a campfire somewhere off on the distance. The spirit is trying to get your attention. And hopefully it's not a search party looking for you because you're lost. You are not lost. You are just trying to set your GPS. So set where you want to be. Encourage your well-being. Ask for perfect health. Ask to speak to your guides. Ask for the highest and best for your being. And then we'll see what Spirit brings you. You can't ask for too much, because everything that you brought into this world and everything you saved to use in this world is still there. So you're not going to ask for too much. You're going to ask for what you need. Remember that. You never ask for too much. Your supplies were already gathered long before you got here. All the supplies are gathered. You might not use them all, but they've all been gathered for you. You just have to believe that you can get them. So treat yourself with respect. As a spiritualist, I've been a spiritualist my whole life. I've been in this religion. It works for me. It fits the vibration for me. It uplifts me. You know, whatever religion you are, remember that you're going to take pieces of it with you as you move within this vibration. The spiritualism was never just really spiritualism. It was Methodists and Baptists and Catholics. We're just a bunch of Reformed Catholics. That's all we are. Bunch of Reformed. But it was all different religions coming to one to make one. We in this organization, we here in this space, are all gathered in Cassadaga to make one beautiful spiritual energy. And that's in every spiritualist camp, every spiritualist church. The group is what makes the spiritual energy. It is not the one person, the group. So I hope I didn't scare you. I hope I didn't scare you too bad. Thank you.